What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. I know you're not used to this. You're not like, this is not how we've defined our relationship. Mezoya, when I have like a whole partner, or when we're out and about climbing some mountains or some shit like that. But today we're getting personal. So if you're new here, if this is the first time you're clicking on this video on this channel, my name is Gemma Nasila. I host this beautiful talk show where I bring a panel and we discuss the things that society doesn't want us talking about. Sometimes we travel, we go on cute little adventures, and sometimes it's just pure good vibes. So I wanted to thank all of you. We are at 547 seconds. However, statistics show, yes, by statistics I really do have proof. Like I have receipts. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. See? Receipts. That some of you have not actually subscribed. You all just click here, you enjoy my vibes for free without subscribing.
Wait a damn minute. What?
Why?
Why?
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you time, okay, to subscribe. I'm waiting. Thank you. Okay. So now, today's episode is a story time. Let me tell you. First things first, this is not a recent story. I asked guys on my Instagram if they've ever been arrested. And some guys give feedback. Guys, also, you can follow me on Instagram here at Monet_joy. I'm not a good vibe. So tunaweza engage up, we talk further, you know. I asked a couple of guys if they've ever been arrested, if they've ever slept in a cell. I did have some couple of interesting stories. So I thought I should tell you how my experience was. This happened like 3 years ago, and our sis is still scarred.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
We live and we learn. At least I can check it out of my box. By the time I'm turning quarter century in a couple of months, I will be like, alright, I slept in a cell. I'm a G, I'm a ninja. So if someone comes at me, I'm like, excuse me, don't talk to me like that. Slept in a cell. Anyway, so let's get down to the story time. Karibuni. Alright, so a little bit of a backstory. I went to 2 unis. I did a diploma and a degree. So when I was changing from my diploma to my degree, I changed schools. So when I was changing schools, I actually didn't tell my friends that I was changing school because I wasn't too sure about it. When I come back high school, those guys used to be like,
Next year, Sirudi.
then they come back. Yeah, I didn't want to be those people because I wasn't sure. But it happened. So when it happened, I told guys last minute, yada yada yada. So one of our friends, D, shout out to my friend D, she allowed me to use her name here. So D suggests, guys, why don't you guys come for a reunion? We'll do a reunion at my place. We have like a cute little nice barbecue and all that stuff. And I'm like, alright, I'm down. I mean, who's gonna refuse wine and nyama choma? So we're like, alright, let's do this. And honestly, I think I had like a guilt conscience because I felt like tulikuwa tumetoka mbali na wase, and for us to just part like that. I mean, if there's chance for a reunion, then let's do it. Okay, so I should mention, she doesn't live within Nairobi. She lives Kiambu County, Githongori. So Mimi, I was excited because it was a whole ass adventure. I'd never been there. I love this kind of stuff. Mimi called me to anything, picnics, reunions, brunch, everything. I'ma show up and I'ma show out. So that day, I was overly excited. Even told D, I'ma show up early to help you cook. Because I say she's a wife material. She can go. Wife material. So we went there, did the whole thing. We started helping each other because we're supposed to be about 15 of us, like 10 to 15 of us. We're quite a large group, in my opinion. So remember, I went there, tukafanya a little bit of everything. Guys started pulling up. So as far as we were concerned, a lot of guys were sleeping over. But then, throughout the night, as the day was kidogo ending, me personally I knew I was. As the day was ending, some humans decided they're gonna leave us. They decided we're not good enough for them. Anyway, so but I understood, you know, when you become adults, there's too many things at the same time. The next day was a Sunday. Some other people probably want rest time or whatever. So it was cool. Niliacha kukach. Yeah, I did. So we like had our thing, we finished, and then we took a baki 5 people. Then our friend D says, guys, y'all can't come, like y'all can't have come all this way. Half of the squad has gone. And I wanted to show you guys how we get down in Githongori. And I was like, I mean, I'm tired anyway. We had like a good vibes there. I was like, we should end the night nicely.
Let's party.
So D calls a cab. We go all the way in at the club. And for some reason, these clubs are pretty late. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really, personally I prefer events and live concerts and in-house things. So going out to clubs is usually very but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. It was actually a good scene. Like I don't know what I expected, but me really enjoyed it, to be honest. I got there, they were like the waiters were nice. It was just good vibes, you know. So as guys, we got our corner, we get it together, nini. Then I'm not gonna, we've had a whole day of cooking and beginning to roast nyama. It was a long day. So panile exhaustion, yeah, let's just leave in like the next 2 hours or something. Which we did. So while we were there, Dee bumps into she bumps into an old classmate of hers. And then it's those moments where you meet someone you've not met in a long time. You know that awkward adulting small talk, yada. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they told me, I love the story, Keisha, but we didn't really talk after that. So us guys continued having a good time. Then it's time to go home.
Let's go home!
D calls the cab. So we decided, let's just go downstairs. It's usually hard. Then you see tower, see place, VVV. So like we know we are safe. I mean, we know we are good. So we decided, let's just go down and wait. So I remember when we were standing, there was like a red Vitz. I'll never forget. It was a red Vitz parked onto our left as we were waiting for the cab to get there. Then at that time, the friend that they bumped into, the old classmates, remember he came down and he was like, yeah, we were waiting for just so also go home. I laugh. Kamlevi kakatoka. Then this guy got in the car. He was reversing his car to leave this red Vitz that was here. Reversing his car to leave. So when he was doing that, I think this guy was just drunk driving. Which, guys, if you're watching this, please. Aki, itisha cab, panda nduthi, I just don't. Zikishika ile level unajua uchiwezi. Hata kama ni matatu, panda, kwani iko nini? Acha hiyo gari hapa, so to be safe. I know I'm commenting on this, I don't even know Naka, but let's go. Anyway, so let's just use godly words here. This human being reversed the car. So when he was reversing, his back tire, I don't know how the hell it happened, it was so fast, it was like freaking 1 a.m. Ikakanyaga huyu kijana mgo. Then this guy drives off. And this man is over here ripping in pain. Us guys are standing, we're confused. There's a lot happening at this point, and I'm like, holy shit. Oh my god. It was like an instant panic mode. So, at that time when this is happening, our cab gets there. Then our friend says, yo, we can't leave him like this. Let me get him in the cab, we take him to the hospital. So, well, that happens. So D gets into the car with this guy. And then the cab guy, they drive off to the hospital. So, one of our friends, insert character, Freddie. When our friend Freddie has always been Freddie was the student leader, like Freddie gets shit down. He was like, you guys, we have to follow this guy, Mazi. I think we can still get him. So, I'm gonna do the apple. Freddie hops on the Ruthi. So tukabaki wangapi? 3 of us. Mimi, the only female, 2 friends, Mule and John. I'm sorry, I know I'm introducing these characters hapa na pale, but we're getting there. So Freddie gets into the Ruthi. Ati, wafate huyu manza. He said, I just want the number plate so we go report. I'm like, it's cool. So as guys tumebaki hapo, taxi imeenda kupeleka huyu hosi, huyu ameenda kupeleka nini. So as guys I just say, well, like, let's chill. At least when Freddie comes back, we can take another cab or something. We go to the hospital and check on these guys. So while we're there, we just start walking. We get to a junction, right? So left, right. So we don't know which side Freddie went. So we're like, let's just stand here and wait for him to come back. It was at that moment that we knew. What was standing there? Some random, there were like 2 guys, just dressed in plain clothes. No, it's 1 a.m. You don't trust anyone. Then me, I'm with 2 guys. I'm like, it's alright, I'm sorted. Some 2 random guys just approach us and they're like, mnafanya nini hapa? So all of us just start ranting. So we I'm like, oh, kuna msee amenishakari hivi akanyaga beshte tu alafu sijui kama nini. So we start, all of us were talking at the same time because everyone's still in panic mode. We are still, it's confusing. We're like waiting for a friend who's going this way and is going to go see. One guy was concerned, but the other guy looks at us and is like, hiyo ndo shida hii generation. Kazi yao tu ni kulewa na kutembea usiku. Maybe at this juncture, let it be known that we were not as in we've never, we're not those people. I'm not saying in defense, but that's drunk and disorderly vibe. We are much happy. As in, come on. And it wasn't like that. It's just that honestly, it was a serious panic mode situation, and this guy is just being rude. Insert Sasha Fierce. By Sasha Fierce, I mean my spirit animal. I said, like, excuse me? What do you mean? What was crazy that you should be like this? And that's the problem with you people from your generation. You people are constantly misjudging young people. Yada, we're trained here. Mimi rant. And this guy, let me tell you, in my whole life, I have never been manhandled the way that he just grabbed, like literally, remember him just grabbing my top like this. And I'm like, excuse me? And at this point, I'm like, oh shit, because me, I don't like violence. Let me tell you, if there's ever a fight, just know. A physical fight, just know it's me. I'm the one getting beat because I do not know how to fight to save my life. Mama. So, I just froze. I'm like, huh? I remember with 2 guys. So my friend really just gets in the police like, excuse me? Unashikaje dem hivyo? Unashikaje dem hivyo? It's like, oh, so let me tell you, it starts to get serious. It was at this moment that we knew we effed up. These guys, I don't know where they got the power from. There were 2 men, but they manhandled all 3 of us heavy. Nakumbuka you know the shika you style yako shika one shikwa then mimi these guys didn't care. They grabbed us and just started walking with us and I'm like, what the hell? Tunapelekwa? Because mind you, these are men who just manhandled you. They both just grabbed all of you people. And then now they're working with you guys and they're not saying a single thing. So all of us are just like, oh, these guys are just there. Tunatembea. And that is when I saw it. Githongori Police Station. I was like, finish me now. Finish me. I remember seeing the sign and all I could think to myself was, you know what? We'd rather just involve the cops. It's fine, I deal with it. Little did we know that these 2 men were cops. The plainclothes police. And if you know Nairobi, you know those are wale wabaya. So if you can then know how like there's a bench, kuna ka situation mtakalisha hapo mpachwe na kumukalitungisha behind. There's usually bars. I'm going to insert pictures for all of you who probably don't know how these places look like. But so most of the time you'll deal with your case before in the bars. But sisi tunisha hapo ndani ya bar. Then tunisha hapo nyuma. Ni kama wende kwa reception alafu nizo kwenye receptionist amesimama. All 3 of us. So at this point, one friend has vanished to go to the hospital. The other friend, we don't know where he is. He's in another somewhere looking for a number plate. And us guys to hapo kuingishwa kwa reception. I don't know what to call that place. Because it wasn't the cell, it wasn't somebody's office, it wasn't the waiting area. It was just there behind the counter. That's when these guys now start saying how they're cops. Acha sawa nze kuchoma. Bwana alikuwa anataka kunigonga ati juu nimeshika demu yake. Bwana alikuwa anataka kugonga demu yake. This guy just went rogue. As in, then of course, cops will always entertain each other. So if you was raised by cops, if you have a good relationship with them, good for you. Because the rest of us, I'm laughing because the person behind this camera was raised by very many of them and they have a good positive view about it. The rest of us, we don't. Because like the view that I have of them, honestly, it was formed that day. It was always formed based on people's stories, but that the day. These guys just started, these guys didn't even explain how they found us somewhere. We told them that we were, as in they just like saying, they were trying to ask for directions. And then this guy thought, my friend thought, Basically, he defended himself by saying that he was manhandled. He was manhandled because my friend thought he was trying to make a move on me. Hata alikuwa anataka kuenda na demu yake. Anataka kutii your word, demu yake. Hey. So this Emma they separated us. There were I don't remember there were hapo nyuma yao there was a female cop and there was another male cop, then those two ones in plain clothes. So they kind of separated us. So me kama deni nikaachwa pale and the two dudes, my two friends wakaeka kando. I'm like, what the hell? Like everything was happening so fast. I'm like, this was supposed to be a good day. It's been a good day. What the hell is happening up in this building? And that is when wakaanza kichapo. Walichukua pingu, they started beating my friends. As in ile, wewe, sijui unafikiria unafanya nini, unanishikaje polisi hivyo, or nini. So I'm just trying to beg this my mom, like, we didn't know there were cops. They tried talking to us, we just, and they were rude. As in, I'm trying to explain myself, but they don't care. You know, wanasema, oh, unafanya nani, toa. Zile, njoo ile slap ya madhara ile ya, hiyo, that one, plus pingu, it was bad. Then I remember, at this point, their things had already been, like their wallets were removed from their pockets, their phones were on the counter. I still had my phone in my hand. Hey, let me tell you, when I was a child, but since I was young, my mom used to tell me, if you're ever in trouble, if you ever did something without telling me and you get into trouble, please do not hesitate to call me. I will be pissed, I will ground you, I will beat you, but call me. I always remember that part because I was like, I am calling my mother. I'm like, ah! When I just went into panic mode, I was just like, you know, fam, it's like, I'm just saying, like, it's, you know, at this point it's like 2 a.m. I don't know what time it's heading to. I was like, then I'm trying to explain, and like, I can't explain myself completely. Then the woman cop just grabs my phone and she hangs up. And I'm like, that's it. I am fucked. Like, it's over for me. Mimi hizo pingu sasa zinanitania. Then she starts asking questions like, oh, how old are you guys? What schools are you in? So I tried to explain, we're not even from around here, we were lost. Then, they didn't care. The minute they hear a club, the minute they see young people involved in anything club related, they always just judge the situation. So these guys didn't care. They're like, oh, you're not even from around here. Why you? Just a lot of BS, honestly. Just, it wasn't adding up. So I was just like, it's whatever. You all can do whatever you want to do. Like, just, it's cool. Because then now my mother starts calling back. And this mama is getting impatient because my phone keeps buzzing. And she's just looking over at me. Why? I remember then she was like, who's this? Because I had saved mom with emojis. Anyway, she's like, who's this? Nini? So I explain myself. Nini. I was like, please let me just talk to her. She's like, nope. She picks up the phone. She starts explaining. She starts narrating. Oh, is this your daughter? Is this whatever? I don't know what conversations were happening. I don't know at what point. Miss G, when I was talking to my mom, I was trying to speak Kao so that I figured the cops, because none of them had Kao accents, so I figured they don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe she'll understand. Kumbe this mama was a cop, Kao, I don't know. Then started speaking in Kao about how, oh, I think the best thing for these people, because they don't. But the dumbest thing she never said was, because these guys are not from around here, you should probably let them sleep in the cell. Imagine, she said that, and it's safer for them to sleep in the cell. Anyway, me at this point, I was happy because the beating had stopped when my mother got into the conversation. I don't know what the hell happened because remember she was begging, she's like, no, I will come. I'm on my way. I'll be there in the next 2 hours or something. She didn't listen. And that is how my friends, I ended up sleeping in that cell. They just wheeled us slowly. Mimi nikapelekwa to my right, tukaenda down the hall, wakapelekwa to the left. Then the thing is, how unasikia, oh, unatoka kiatu moja, sijui nini. These guys, the things were removed, maybe nothing. I had everything of mine. I don't know, I guess it's just the pure reason because I'm a female or whatever. Nikaingia tu kwa saa. Sorry for the commercial, but we're back. So anyway, they were just left right thinking, yeah, myself. Let me tell you, I cried. Me sikumbuki the last time I cried like that in my life. I think I just was just the stress of it. I was feeling guilty. I'm like, labda kimbele yangu nimetumiza hapa. But then I do myself. I have good friends who will fight for me. They will fight for me no matter what. First getting happen. It was at night. I remember, let me tell you, I think one of the most, the whole thing was traumatic, but I remember peeing on Chiki Karatasi Mkate, super low to be specific. I peed on that bag. The whole smelled like nothing but pee. And I was pressed for days. Mind you, to me, I thought under club. Yes, judge me. Yes, I peed on a plastic bag. I couldn't hold it any longer. I was about to start knocking the cell at freaking 3 a.m. in the morning. I just went ahead and did it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry to have a choice. Anyway. Then we just slept through the night. I remember in the morning, let me tell you, I don't remember who called who. But I remember our friends in the morning, they came to the cell. I remember being gotten out of the cell at like 7 a.m. I thought maybe now my mom's here to save the day, but not yet. We went into our friends now, D and Freddy, they were standing on the other side. They're like, Umona, ako sawa, hajafanyiwa kitu. Maybe they didn't call my guy friends to check on them. Anyway, then ako sawa, they didn't even give me like 2 seconds to explain, like to talk. Then I remember one of my friends saying, I won't say who, but someone was like, why did you call your mom? I'm just like, fam, I didn't have a choice. Honestly, because at that point the world was ending and I had the phone in my hand and she was honestly the only person I could call at the time. So I did it. I usually, a part of me usually thinks that maybe if I'd waited longer, they don't even know this, maybe would have been able to negotiate with these guys. But me, the fact that we're already behind where people are usually negotiating from, me, I knew I was doomed. I knew we were doomed. Fam, they were beating the crap out of these guys. Wouldn't imagine people gonna ping where. So me, I don't regret it. A part of me does, but I'm just like, it's whatever. Anyway, I remember after I went checked in on them, they gave us breakfast. I remember what it was. We got to check. I had a squad and Java down. They gave us food, yada yada yada. And then I went back to the cell. Then the mama started talking to me. I think it was, guys, people are going through the most out here. There's a mom with a child. I'll never forget. I always wanted to ask her, but I couldn't because, I don't know, it was just too much. Then they started asking me questions. I remember me telling them that I saw one doing anything. They're like, kila mtu ingia posta meivo. As in, legit. You know how people say at everyone in jail things are innocent? Yep. I remember trying to explain, I'm like, I swear out of as you were not being drunk and disorderly. But oh well. I remember them saying, where did you, and they're trying to give me advice. And you're just sitting there thinking, do I take this advice? I don't know. But anyway, we just talked. And apparently, one of my friends, Mule usually says that apparently the reason why I was in Harris is because I got locks. At meaning not. I think that's the reason I was in harassed, apparently, because there were like 2 chicks that had knees over there. Yeah, but then I think there was a bathroom break at some point. Guys were supposed to, I don't know, me, I didn't want to do shit. I just wanted my mama to come get me and I just wanted out of this place. Hey. Anyway, eventually, of what felt like freaking 30 days, mama showed up. But tukiingia kwa ofisi ya NDC, what? Aki sijui ofisi ya nani mimi wa huko tu. I remember seeing my mom and I just hugged her, and then this mama was shocked. Because I think in her world, she wasn't imagining that I could possibly be arrested with a bunch of dudes. And my mama sees me and she hugs me. So there, imagine. So I remember I think the lady stepped out so we could talk a bit. The lady who we got arrested and the man with the office. I remember mom just started, imagine, she basically had to start justifying, like, they're young. Later on, she came to tell me that it's a way you have to accept. Like, in some situations, you have to accept liability. Whether it's not really, you're not liable, you just kubali too. So like, pole nini. Then she paid some money. Because let me tell you, it was a Sunday. They would have, wangetuacha, no, this is the next morning. Yeah, so it was, wangetuacha hapo, tunafanyiwe ile kitu. Alafu ndo hivyo. Certificate of good conduct, kabut. Anyway, she started the issue. I remember we got our friends out. We picked our stuff from our friends. I remember Because these guys were waiting. Like, I don't understand at what point these guys came to the station or point. I don't understand what usually happened. Because we were inside, but they managed to just talk it over. They stopped feeling guilty after like 2 years. I think this year no, I'm 2 years. And yes, guys, I think that's about it. I think eventually my man and I, we talked it over. I think we established an honest relationship since I was a teenager because I lied once and it didn't go well for me. So we managed to talk it over with our friends. We also went through it over. Then we started telling the other bogey, the one that left the night before. People weren't believing it. Like no one was believing that night turned out the way it did. But honestly, I don't know. I don't think there are any lessons I learned from it. Oh yes, don't argue. I just let me tell you, if a fool approaches you, don't approach a fool with foolishness. Leave them alone. Let them feel down. Just go now. You I don't tell me, because I don't usually. I've never let it weigh over me, but I was angry for some time. I'm not gonna, even that Monday going to school. When I imagine because I had a class the next morning, niliamka tu, nikaenda tu, remember coming home and blacking out. But that's it. There are no lessons to pick from, but that's basically the story of how she's got arrested. I guess I can get it out of my head. I usually see at the end of the year, guys usually say things that happened to you this year. So by the time I'm on my next birthday, by the time I'm like, it's been quite a century. What are the things I've gone through? Kuchapwa fimbo na Nairobi. Kuumizwa roho na vijana Nairobi. I'm getting arrested. But thank you so much for this story time again. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more content coming in. If you have an arrest story and you feel like you'd like to share, please stream into my DMs on Instagram at AmuneJoy. Also, hapa kwa comment section, feel free to engage. Thank you for listening to me ramble for close to 20-something minutes. I am so grateful for you guys. You have a lovely day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. Goodbye.